Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this September the 13th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday afternoon. Everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Hurricane Lee, what you see here on the screen. Also, we're going to take a look at Hurricane Margot. Also, we're going to take a look at the Invest 97L out in the eastern tropical Atlantic. Also, we're going to take a look at the Watches, Warning, and Advisory map for your location across the nation. And also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, because the next 2 days, there's not much activity to talk about. It's just a general thunderstorm. But we got a little bit of a marginal risk for this afternoon across some areas. We'll take a look at that in today's video. Also, if you're a new viewer and you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to it today. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Love to have you. Also, don't forget to like these videos, share these videos, and consider subscribing once again if you have not. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button before you leave this video if you have not subscribed yet. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and we're going to dive on into the weather forecast now. Alright. As you can see here is Hurricane Lee. Look like Lee getting a little bit of dry air punching into the system. Here's the center of rotation. This is the eye wall right in this area here. Got a little bit of convection around it, but like I say, some dry air is trying to wrap into the system. And this system should begin to start weakening this afternoon and also as we head forward. So it should come down from a major hurricane to a Category 2 hurricane, and continue to weaken from there as we continue to roll forward. Plus, it's going to pick up speed as well as it continues to move to the north. Alright, let's take a look at some information. We're fixing to go to the forecast cone of the system here, so that way you get a chance to see which way Lee will be. Coming up here we go. Alright, 11 a.m. Here's the big wind field. The major Hurricane Lee got a big wind field. Wind. Here's Bermuda. They got tropical storm warnings already in effect for you guys, as expected. This continues to move into to the north. Let's see, through Thursday should be located just west of Bermuda. Then by Friday at 8 a.m. it should be just northwest of you guys in Bermuda. Then it will be heading toward the northeastern United States. Look like now it may make a landfall in Maine, maybe eastern Maine and portions of southeast Canada sometime coming up this weekend, Saturday into Sunday. It looks to make a landfall somewhere in this vicinity here, eastern Maine, also or southeastern Canada. Then it's going to race on off to the northeast. The wind field will be pretty significant when it gets up here. Like I said, anybody in New York City, all the way over toward portions of eastern New York State, through Massachusetts, Rhode Island, also into New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, Maine, you will be getting in on some of this tropical storm force winds as it continues to push on into Maine coming up this weekend. So if anybody in the northeastern United States, you need to be on the lookout for some tropical storm winds. That would be anywhere from 39 to 73 miles per hour from tropical storm force wind. Alright, if you're tracking this system at home, it's located near latitude 26.4 north, longitude 67.2 west. Maximum sustained winds at 115 miles an hour with higher gusts, and the movement is to the north-northwest at 9 miles per hour. Alrighty, let's move on to the forecast, the hurricane models. Alrighty, this is the current position of the storm here. The tightly compacted computer model line will continue to off to the north. Some of the models still making it to the east, one making it to the west. So the National Hurricane Center kind of split it with this center one right in here. So like I said, you're going to feel effects anywhere, like I said, from New York City all the way into Maine, southern Canada, southeast Canada. Well, southeast Canada, you're going to feel the effects of Hurricane Lee as it moves through your region. All right, now we're going to take a look at the intensity. Okay. Alright, you can see here it's got winds of about 100 knots. They go up to 115 miles per hour. Right now, all of them compacted a Category 3 hurricane. Then it dramatically drops off to a Category 2, Category 1, and then all the way down into a tropical storm. And some of them even take it to a tropical depression. Some of these outliers up here still trying to keep it as a Category 1, 2 through for a while, so we'll just have to wait and see. But right now it looks pretty much as it's going to make a beeline straight down to the south and move back into a tropical storm later on down the road. Alright. Now, sorry about my computer being slow, folks. Alright, as you can see here, it looks the last advisory still has it about 90 miles per hour winds. But this here system is getting kind of raggedy. Look like it's going to may fall apart at any time. The Hurricane Margot. So, but that's the satellite imagery of Margot at this time. Alright, we're going to try to get to the forecast cone of this system, and then we'll take a look at the computer model runs and the intensity guidance. Okay. As you can see, this thing is a huge wind field. This thing got a huge wind field around it, tropical storm wind field. Also, this yellow orange here is the tropical storm, hurricane winds. The yellow is tropical storm. Supposed to be a hurricane, and just meander out there as a tropical storm. I would not be surprised to see this thing drop to a tropical storm later on down the road, since it's getting kind of raggedy. But anyway, if you're tracking this storm at home, it's located in latitude 34.1 north, longitude 40.4 west. Maximum sustained winds are near 90 miles an hour with higher gusts, and movement is to the north-northwest at 7. Right now, it's classified hurricane with winds of 74 to 110 miles per hour. Okay, you can see here's the center rotation of the storm. Moves up to the north, northeast, then eventually to the west, and then off to the then on out to sea there. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, let's go to that intensity guidance. Alright, as you can see here, the winds of about 80 knots, equal up to 90 miles per hour. It's a Category 1 hurricane, but like I said, they continue to drop off into a tropical storm in about 84 to 168 hours out. So we can say goodbye to Margot probably within sometime next week. We can say goodbye to Margot. Alright, now we're going to move on to Invest 97L. Alright, got to let that come up again, and then we'll talk about a little information on that. Sorry about the slowness today, folks. Computer's acting up again, so hopefully tonight's video will turn out a little better than this one. But as you can see, it's starting to get its act together a little bit. I've been noticing that in a few frames here, it's starting to get a little better organized. So I do expect this system to become Tropical Storm Nigel sometime later this week or over the weekend as we continue to move forward. Alright, we're going to take a look at the hurricane models. Of Nigel, and then, I mean, not Nigel, but well, might as well. Alright, here's the current position of the storm right here. We'll compact it. The computer model got it going on off to the west northwest. Here's the Leeward Islands down here, Windward Island, Leeward Island locations here. See, it's well northeast of you guys. I think this system here will move on off to the northwest and then eventually out to sea. But it could get close to the US. Alright, we're going to take a look at the intensity guidance of this system. Alright, you can see here it's got winds of about 25 knots. Should be equal up to about 30 miles per hour wind. It takes it into a tropical storm over the next 12 to 24 hours. That's why I'm expecting Nigel to form. And then it ramps up into a Category 1, maybe even a Category 2. Some of the models even taking it up to a Category 3. One taking it way up to a Category 5, but that's the outlier right now. But it could become Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane as we continue to roll forward. Alright, well that's the tropical weather outlook. Let's take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, as you can see here, we got tropical storm warnings in the tropical Atlantic. Gale warnings along the outer banks of North Carolina all the way down to the Florida east coast. Flood watches, flood advisories also in effect for portions of Vermont, New Hampshire, all the way down into Massachusetts, also in the Boston area as well, eastern New York State. Some special marine warnings here in the portions of eastern Illinois and western portions of Michigan. Flood watches in effect for portions of New Mexico. We got down in Arizona. Red flag warning here for you guys here in western, southwestern Oregon as well. Alaska looks good. So that south side got some gale warnings there. Central and south Hawaii and Chain Island, gale warnings there as well. North side looks a-okay. Got some gale warnings along the west coast. From Oregon way to southwestern California as well. Special weather statements also in effect for you guys in South Texas. Let me see if I can go in a different direction. Maybe I can go get it a different way, since that thing won't. They pretty much, you can see there's general thunderstorm, just a little bit of marginal risk for day 3 over here in Texas. But mainly, alright, we got general thunderstorm from Maine to the Florida Keys, back to Texas, all the way back into Montana, far west of Nevada and California. Marginal risk in portion of Arizona, New Mexico, into West Texas, in the Carolinas, also up here in portion of the Northeast around Connecticut, and the Boston and New York City area as well. Alright, if you're in the Phoenix, Arizona, El Paso, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Tucson, Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, you're under a marginal risk for this afternoon. Tornado probability, 2% up here in the Northeast, and also down here in Texas, Springfield, Massachusetts, Bridgeport, Connecticut, and New Haven, Connecticut. 2% risk for a tornado this afternoon. Also down into southwestern Texas. Damaging winds, we have 5% in the brown. This includes El Paso, Texas, all the way to Worcester, Massachusetts, including Rhode Island. Providence, Rhode Island, Tucson, Arizona, and Boston, Massachusetts. Large hail, that is. This includes Phoenix, Arizona, El Paso, Texas, Tucson, Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, and Glendale, Arizona. This is the 5% risk for large hail. Alright, sorry about the sloppiness in this video, but we made it through it. Had a little problem there, but like I said, hopefully tonight I can it'll work a little better. So I'm going to work on that, see if I can get it a little better. But anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Take care. And also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. And we'll catch you back in the next video. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday afternoon.